I do like to start a Monday with a run and then strength and some more running and some yoga and some HIIT. So lockdown I cooked a lot, obviously, like all of us. Before that also I used to cook, but then I thought that my time was better spent on other pursuits. Bharta and roti.
Oh, I love bharta too, Bengan bharta.
I could have it with any meal. Like I have it for breakfast, lunch, dinner, every day, 365 days a year.
Today on E-Times, I'm chatting all things fashion, beauty and lifestyle with none other than the gorgeous Gul Panag. Gul, I'm going to start off by asking you, what is your everyday morning routine like?
I wake up and I write my gratitude journal and express gratitude for all the wonderful things I have in my life. And then I have a cup of tea.
Tea lover.
And then I quickly get my exercise for the day done, because I know if I don't do it in the morning, it'll not happen in the day. Something else will happen, and schedule will go out of my control, and then I'll just be an unhappy person all day long. So I get that done, and that allows me to seize the day, set the momentum of the day the way I would like it to be set. And the hardest thing in the day, typically in the morning, is to go out there and do a run or a workout or whatever. So I feel like I've already conquered my day very early on in the day. And that gives me a great perspective on the rest of the day.
So is there like a fixed workout routine that you follow, or you kind of like mix it up?
Yes and no. The only thing fixed is that it needs to be a combination of strength, endurance and flexibility. I do like to start a Monday with a run, because the run gives you the ultimate feeling of conquest. And then over the course of the next 5 days, I will do a mix of strength and some more running and some yoga and some HIIT. I usually start, when I'm sitting and having a cup of tea, I'm thinking of what I'm going to do. And I try and do interesting stuff every day, making sure I'm hitting all the endurance, strength and flexibility goals.
Is there something in particular that you do to keep your mental health in check?
A lot, because of late, to 4-5 years to be precise, I've realized that the amount of time and energy I invest in my physical health, I must invest at least an equal amount in my mental health. And I think one of the things that I do is practice gratitude. So I do a gratitude journal, both as a matter of habit, first thing in the morning and last thing at night. And I also use my gratitude journal SOS. So if something is bothering me, if something is overwhelming me, I'll quickly stop and pause and say, what are the 5 things I'm grateful for in this moment? I'll give you an example. I'm exhausted. We've all been doing interviews since morning, and it could be easy to probably feel tired and cranky. So I'm going to hit pause and think about what an incredible opportunity I have. Somebody has put my clothes together. Somebody has done amazing makeup. I'm talking to a wonderful, articulate young woman. I have a team that's taking care of me, getting me tea, coffee whenever I want. That's a lot to be grateful for, and that immediately changes your perspective towards your day. So using gratitude as an SOS tool is also very helpful. In addition to that, I also am self-aware. So I'm aware of my triggers. Earlier, a couple years ago, I would get triggered and respond or react. And not realize what happened, and suddenly feel terrible about having shouted or lost my cool. Now, before I react and respond, I first examine the trigger. I already know the triggers, and I try and respond differently, or I remove myself from a situation where I could get triggered. And last but not least, you have to, at some level, practice acceptance. Some things have happened. You can't change that, because acceptance is, in a way, in life, synonymous with change. It's going to change. You have to accept that. And once you practice acceptance, then you're able to find a way to deal with it. But till you keep questioning why something has happened, or why did it happen to you, then it breaks your heart and your spirit. So accepting that something has happened and quickly moving on to finding a way how you can make the best of a terrible situation is another tool. And I think last but not least, I try and I guard my mental health fiercely. So if I feel there are people whose behavior patterns trigger me, and if I can't eliminate them from my life, I will find myself unique ways of limiting exposure to them. Sometimes people who trigger you could be the closest ones in your life, and you can't get rid of them. So you've just got to find a way to manage those triggers and build coping mechanisms.
Do you meditate as well?
I used to, but I now combine my meditation with my morning run, because when I'm running or when I'm exercising, I'm actually dealing with things that are bothering me. I'm actually vocalizing, this is what's happened, it's okay, move on, get up. Because what you say to yourself, how you talk to yourself
It's very important.
is very important. We completely undermine the importance of self-talk. You've got to be friends with the voices inside your head. Maybe not the monsters under your bed. Is it monsters under your bed? And what is that Rihanna song? I'm friends with the monster that...
Maybe.
So, whatever it is, you've got to have dialogue. You can't shut the voices out. And if you have a dialogue, you can control the narrative.
Yeah.
If you don't talk to the voices inside your head, they will set the narrative.
Yeah.
You're weak, you're sad, you're a loser. We all hear those voices. You have to shut them down and say, no, I'm going to win over you, and I can do this. I've got this.
I'm stronger than that.
I'm stronger than that.
Yeah.
I will survive.
Do you cook, Gul?
Again, I used to, but I just think that, so lockdown I cooked a lot, obviously, like all of us. Before that also I used to cook, but then I thought that my time was better spent on other pursuits. I still think that I could do other things in the time that I'm cooking. And as our days get more and more packed and we are privileged and fortunate enough to have someone who helps us with cooking, I would rather not cook.
So
but I can cook.
Okay, you can cook. But if there's one meal that you could probably eat for the rest of your life, what would that be?
Bharta and roti.
Oh, I love bharta too, Bengan bharta.
I could have it with any meal. Like I have it for breakfast, lunch, dinner, every day, 365 days a year.
Now, you've been a part of the beauty pageant world, we all know that, but is that the reason, or is there something else that you do to incorporate something, in your beauty regime which makes
like
you look
bharta?
like this? No.
Oh.
Like what's your beauty regime like? Like from then to now, what is it that you do, or you feel that you've changed in your beauty regime?
I think the one thing from then to now is that I've held is maintain a consistent exercise regimen. So I've not exercised for losing weight for a part, or gaining weight for a part, or anything of the sort. I think for me, exercise has been early days for vanity, but now for sanity. I just feel so much better. I feel I can cope with the curveballs, and my day will throw at me much better if I have got my endorphin rush in the morning.
Yeah.
So I think that's one thing that's remained consistent. I think also measuring my responses to situations in public life. So I'm not an ideal person. I have lots of flaws, but I like to think that I'm somebody who is cognizant of the fact that I'm a public person, and I'm aware that I must act with responsibility, and always in a manner that is becoming of a role model, because you don't know who's getting influenced at any given point of time.
Yeah.
So I always, in my public conduct, I'm always striving to be a role model, and that pretty much is something that I got from the pageant, and I've kept that. Apart from that, beauty, I don't put a lot of makeup. If I don't have to go anywhere, I'll just put like some lip balm and some blush, and that's it. And I don't blow dry my hair very often, so this is probably if I'm not shooting, I won't touch heat to my hair, so that kind of protects your hair. I don't color it, so it helps. That's really it,
Very easy and simple.
Yes, and I think the importance of good genes really can't be ignored. I think you have good skin comes from good genes, and I remember I tried to mess with my skincare regime by trying gua sha, and my skin broke out like
Crazy.
worse than my entire puberty put together. Like,
Wow.
that I just said I'm not trying. My skin was fine. Many people say, oh, it's because there was stuff under the surface and the gua sha brought it out, but no.
Just doesn't.
So
suit.
I'm just happy with just washing my face and applying a good cream, a sunscreen, because I'm out in the sun a lot.
Okay, so now I'm going to play this fun game with
Okay.
you, where I'm just going to throw words at you, and
Okay.
you have to say whether you love it or you hate doing that
Okay.
particular thing. All right? Okay, so let's start. Social media. You can say in the middle also, like
Medium.
Medium.
It's a medium.
It's a medium. So medium. Okay, working out. I think
Love
I know the
it.
answer. Yeah. Cooking.
Like it.
Late night binge eating.
Not like it.
Gossiping.
Like it.
Movie or show promotions.
Like it.
Okay. Makeup.
Like it.
Sky high heels.
Hate it.
Hate it. Okay. What about Bollywood parties?
Not invited.
But what if you were invited? Would you go?
If I could come back by 9 o'clock, yeah, because I'm part of the 5 a.m. club. I wake up at 5 every day.
Reading,
Yeah, love it.
running.
Love it.
Okay, that was it for us. Thank you so much, Gul, talking to me.
Thank you for talking to us and do watch our show. Thank
Yes,
you.
most definitely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.